Kansas City fans woke up to unexpected news that left the NFL world reeling. The Chiefs officially announced the release of one of their most recognizable players, a decision that no one saw coming. The move was confirmed through the team's front office early in the day, triggering immediate reactions from both analysts and supporters. This player, known for his consistent performances and leadership presence, had become an integral part of the Chiefs' identity. His departure now raises difficult questions about timing, motivation, and the organization's long-term strategy. The front office framed the decision as a necessary adjustment, yet behind the scenes, multiple factors appear to have influenced it. From financial considerations to evolving team dynamics, this was not a decision made lightly. Still, the emotional impact on fans and teammates is undeniable. For years, he represented stability, reliability, and heart qualities that defined Kansas City's recent success. Now, his sudden exit marks the beginning of a new chapter, one shrouded in uncertainty and speculation. The player's time in Kansas City was nothing short of remarkable. Joining the Chiefs during a pivotal phase in their transformation, he became one of the most trusted contributors on and off the field. His professionalism set a standard for younger players, while his performance often changed the course of critical games. Fans admired his consistency, while teammates viewed him as the embodiment of the team's culture. From deep playoff runs to unforgettable moments at Arrowhead Stadium, he etched his name into the Chiefs' modern history. His leadership extended far beyond statistics. He brought composure during adversity and unity in the locker room. For the coaching staff, he represented reliability, a player who could be counted on when pressure was highest. That is why his departure feels more like the end of an era than a routine roster adjustment. What makes the situation even more perplexing is the timing. The Chiefs are still deep in contention, making this move feel both strategic and deeply personal, while emotion dominates fan discussions. Internal reports suggest financial strategy played a critical role in this decision. The Chiefs have faced ongoing challenges balancing star contracts with major cap space consumed by marquee players. Each offseason brings difficult evaluations about value, production, and long-term sustainability. Sources indicate that the released player carried a significant salary cap hit, making his retention increasingly difficult. Front offices across the league face similar decisions, yet this particular case stings more due to the player's influence within the organization. The move clears valuable space for future signings, but at the cost of proven stability. Financial efficiency has become a hallmark of Kansas City's management style, allowing them to remain competitive year after year. However, this time, fiscal pragmatism collided with sentiment. Fans now wonder whether the gain in cap flexibility can truly replace the leadership lost. It is a cold reminder that, in professional sports, loyalty often yields to the business realities that sustain success. Beyond financial logic, the Chiefs appear to be reshaping their roster philosophy. Analysts suggest this decision aligns with the broader effort to inject youth and speed across key positions. The organization's recent draft selections indicate a forward-looking approach building around rising talent while maintaining championship standards. The released player's role, though vital in past seasons, may have been evolving within new schemes. Kansas City's offensive and defensive systems demand adaptability, and sometimes experience becomes a luxury rather than a necessity. Coaches have emphasized flexibility and depth, aiming to prepare for future seasons rather than preserving the past. This recalibration mirrors what other elite franchises have done to sustain dominance. Still, in Kansas City, change always carries weight. Removing a core veteran signals both ambition and risk, a commitment to progress at the expense of comfort. Whether this shift strengthens or destabilizes the team will depend on how quickly new faces rise to meet the legacy left behind. Inside the locker room, the mood reportedly turned somber following the announcement. Teammates expressed disbelief as word spread, with several players privately describing the news as unexpected and tough to accept. The released player had built deep relationships within the organization, serving as a mentor to younger members of the roster. His influence extended to culture, preparation, and accountability, the intangibles that drive winning environments. For Patrick Mahomes and other leaders, his absence represents not only a personnel change but an emotional void. The Chiefs' culture has long been defined by trust and continuity, and losing such a cornerstone figure disrupts that balance. Head coach Andy Reid has always valued character as much as talent, and this decision, though strategic, undoubtedly carried emotional weight within the staff. The NFL is often described as a business, but in Kansas City, it is also a family. This moment served as a painful reminder of how fragile even the strongest bonds can become under competitive pressure. The reaction from fans was immediate and intense. Social media platforms filled with disbelief, nostalgia, and frustration. Many questioned the team's decision-making, while others expressed gratitude for the players' years of dedication. Chiefs supporters, known for their loyalty, often view players as extensions of the city's identity, making the separation feel deeply personal. Analysts attempted to contextualize the move within the realities of modern football, yet emotional responses overshadowed logic. Highlights of the players' best moments began circulating online, amplifying the collective sense of loss. In Kansas City, where football unites communities, such a departure resonates far beyond the field. Merchandise sales, tributes, and fan-led thank you campaigns emerged within hours. It reflects how rare it is for an athlete to connect so genuinely with a fanbase. While the organization moves forward, public sentiment remains fixed on appreciation and on the lingering question of whether this decision will ultimately prove wise or regrettable in the seasons to come. From the players' side, the reaction has been marked by composure and professionalism. In a brief statement, he expressed gratitude to the Chiefs organization, teammates, and fans who supported him throughout his tenure. Yet, behind the polished words, there is an undeniable sense of unfinished business. Sources close to him reveal mixed emotions: respect for the team's decision, but disappointment in its timing. He had hoped to retire as a Chief, a goal that now appears out of reach. His confidence in his ability to contribute remains high, and several teams are already rumored to be expressing interest. The player's focus reportedly has shifted toward finding a new opportunity where he can continue proving his value. Despite the shock, his legacy in Kansas City remains intact. He departs, not in defeat, but with dignity, knowing his impact extended far beyond statistics. For him, this isn't an ending, it is a transition, and perhaps the beginning of one final statement to the league. Across the NFL, executives and players alike have taken notice of the Chiefs' bold decision. Rival teams see an opportunity, both strategically and symbolically. Some organizations view this as a potential opening to acquire a proven veteran capable of strengthening their own rosters. Others interpret it as a sign that Kansas City is preparing for a deeper restructuring phase. Analysts on national networks are dissecting every angle, questioning whether this reflects financial foresight or an overconfident gamble. Fellow players have voiced support for the released veteran, acknowledging his professionalism and contributions to the sport. Within the league, respect for his work ethic remains universal. The move also highlights how rapidly the business side of football evolves. A player revered one season can become a cap casualty the next. The Chiefs' decision, while polarizing, reinforces their reputation as a franchise willing to make difficult choices in pursuit of sustained success. Still, the league watches closely to see whether this calculated risk truly pays off. In the days following the release, the Chiefs have turned their attention toward adjustment and preparation. Coaches are evaluating internal replacements, ensuring the system remains stable despite the loss. Younger players are being asked to step into expanded roles, a challenge that could either spark growth or expose inexperience. Leadership within the locker room is now being redistributed, with Mahomes and veteran captains emphasizing resilience. Organizationally, the Chiefs appear confident in their direction, but privately, the decision continues to reverberate. Success in the coming weeks will determine how this moment is remembered, either as a necessary evolution or as a costly misstep. The front office believes that short-term disruption will lead to long-term flexibility. Yet, in a competitive league, Misjudging timing can shift momentum quickly. Every game ahead will be scrutinized through the lens of this decision. For Kansas City, maintaining composure amid uncertainty will be the true test of their championship foundation and leadership strength. The departure of such a major figure marks a defining moment in the Chiefs' ongoing story. Every great franchise faces these transitions where legacy meets change and loyalty meets strategy. This decision underscores the complexity of sustaining excellence in professional sports. Kansas City now stands at a crossroads, the end of one era and the birth of another. How they respond will determine whether this move becomes a masterstroke of foresight or a lesson in overconfidence. The player leaves behind more than memories. He leaves a standard of professionalism that will continue to influence those who follow. His absence will be felt deeply, yet his impact remains woven into the fabric of the franchise. For the Chiefs, adaptation is now essential. The organization's success has always depended on courage, the courage to make hard decisions, and the courage to evolve. What unfolds next will define whether this moment becomes a brief storm or the beginning of a lasting transformation.